Excuse me, folks. I am recording. Alright. I'm not getting the way I want to. You get off there. Okay, get off. Okay. Good enough. Alright, this is D-Roy Cruz. Okay? Want to talk to you about something that's really bugging me this morning. Well, it's not really bugging me. It just bothers me, and it really is worldly. It's worldly, it's ungodly, it's wrong, okay? You should stop doing it. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that, it doesn't help for a man to compliment a woman and show a woman and tell a woman that she's pretty, but there's a time and a place to tell a woman that she's pretty, okay? And too many of us men, we tend to be very, we tend to think that sex is our birthright. And nobody is out there, and married men do it, old men do it, they can't even get it up anymore, okay? Can't even, you know what I'm saying? Everybody does it, and you got women who think that every time a man gives her a compliment or says hello to her, he's got one thing on his mind, okay? And you got men that actually do have one thing on their mind, they just don't want to admit it. You got men that think that sex and any scoring that they can get with women is their birthright. No, it's not. Sex is for married people. If you ain't thinking of walking down the aisle and saying I do, you need to quit simping. You need to quit, acting like, and you know what? One of the things that we don't think about is back in the day, women were expensive. Like, I know men who, in the church, I'm talking Christians, and I have a friend who went to Africa and bought a wife. Okay, he went to Africa as a missionary. He started to have feelings for a woman out there. He bought her. Now, all you men here in America sitting here complaining about what a woman wants you to bring to the table. A woman is not supposed to financially, a woman is not supposed to be 100% her source of finance. Now, what we have in the modern day times that is okay is we have women going out and doing, women that have careers. But the problem with women that have careers is they think that that makes them better than a certain classification of people. No, if you have a career and you're successful, that's where it ends. You have a career, you're successful. It has nothing to do with anybody else. It don't have nothing to do with no man. It don't have nothing to do with no women. It don't have nothing to do with no homeless people. It don't have nothing to do with no bums. You're successful, end of discussion. You're successful for you, not to look down your nose at other people. Leave other people out of it. Lest they trying to rob you or beg you for money on the street. You shouldn't even be worried about what other people don't have compared to you. You shouldn't even be worried about that junk. Okay? And my voice is elevating. I don't know why. But anyway, let me calm down. Men, sex, and women are not your birthright. God did not put you on this earth for the big F word. That big F word's called fornication. Okay? Excuse my French. Okay? Fucking makes you a fornicator. You're going to burn in hell for it. You can simp as many women as you want to, and they can be as stupid enough to sleep with you, okay, without weighing the cost. See, biblically, it's supposed to cost you something to get your whistle wet. First of all, it's supposed to cost you marriage. Sex is for married people. It's supposed to cost the man marriage. You know what it's supposed to cost the woman? It's supposed to cost her submissiveness. And a married man takes care of his woman. If you can take care of your wife, and all she got to do is love you, and not worry about her finances, not worry about, bread on the table, how to get around to where she needs to go or anything, you got a good marriage. You got a decent marriage if you can do that. But too many of y'all don't think about that when you out here bothering these women all the time. You don't think about that. But submissiveness is the word that women fail to have. Like a lot of women, they think, like I did another video the other day, about women thinking that being pretty and cute is all they need to do. The rest is up to the man, okay, including all the money that he can afford. So so now we're starting at 6 figures, okay? But if a man is able to do more, if you can find a bunch of men that are able to do more than 6 figures, okay, 6 figures are out the door. We need a man with 10 figures because there's a lot of men out there that are making 10 figures. As more and more men become wealthy, okay, then more and more men become rejected by women. Now, as much as I said that a man takes care of his wife, that is because you may live in a society where you can do business, you're educated, you can do business. But everybody can't do business. Everybody doesn't have that kind of IQ to do business. Everybody is not business oriented. A lot of men want to work with their hands. Let me tell you something, ladies, and men understand us, some of us, a lot of us don't. Most of us don't. We don't understand that for every 5 hours that I work, okay, a woman is miserable over 1 hour. For every 5 hours I work, or maybe even 10 hours I work, a woman loses. This is why it's important. This is why women who are submissive and they're submissive to a man that takes care of them, she doesn't have to do anything but, take grandma out to lunch this afternoon, okay? Pick up the kids from daycare, okay? She don't have to do anything but, keep the house clean, make sure there's something to eat for everybody to eat, okay? To a lot of women in this modern day time, this is too much work. She'd rather go get a job. But to a submissive woman, this is just awesome. Because how long does it take you to go pick up the kids from daycare? You're in the car, you're driving, you're enjoying the road, the highway, the countryside to go pick up the kids from daycare, okay? The car's paid for by your husband. The insurance and the bills are paid for. You go to work, you go to the daycare center, you pick up the kids, you know what I'm saying? You promise grandma you take her out to eat, or you promise your sister you take grandma out to eat. She's old, she needs somebody to spend time with her, take her to bingo once a week. You know what I'm saying? You can do these things. Why? Because you're not working. Your husband is working. He's bringing home the bacon. And it makes you a happier woman. Guys, it makes a woman more sexual and more giving of herself when she doesn't have to do anything but be a woman. Now, we can't help these women's attitudes because the whole women's lib thing, that's where it came from in the first place. Okay? That's where it came from in the first place. So we can't help these women's attitude. Okay? We can't help their attitude. I gotta pull over somewhere and get this camera back on. I'm not seeing my picture. I gotta pull over somewhere. I'm not seeing my picture here. It won't let me in there. Back in there. Now I gotta do all that. All right. Let me pull over. I didn't know it was gonna go all the way out. I thought the picture would just dim. Doesn't need to clock out. Stupid phone. Pull over here. All right, let me see. Let's see here. Come back on. All right. Are we still there? We are still there. Okay, now I gotta get my picture back. My picture. There it is. Are we still on? Okay. Oh, that's stupid. Alright, I'll put you there like that. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna say again, when a woman is able to do nothing but simple stuff that women do, she doesn't have to go out and work unless she wants to. You know what, I'm going down here. What's down here? She doesn't have to go out and work unless she wants to. Okay? And that's the way it should be in a marriage. A woman doesn't have to go out and work unless she wants to. But a lot of you men are looking for women that work. When did this start? That's not what a man does. Okay? And one of the reasons why I've decided that I'm not going to be out here simping. Okay? And I'm not going to be out here, worried about, I should have went down that way, but then again, that looks like construction because I've never been out there. But, I've decided that I'm not worried about simping because I'm not making the money to buy a woman. A woman is bought. If you don't understand it. Back in the day, men bought their women. Okay? Men prepared their finances to buy a wife. Sure, you made sure you were in a romantic relationship before you started putting money on the table. But you did put the money on the table and you spoke to the father and you said, this is what I do for a living. And this is what I'm going to do for your daughter. I don't need her to work. I just need her to, move to Kentucky with me or move to, because that's where I work at. You know what I mean? And other cultures are really, really, really understanding about that. Like men in Asia are waiting for men, whether they be from Asia or whether they be from America. They're waiting for all these men to come and buy their daughters. Okay? They're waiting for it. They want you to come. They want their daughter to be with the highest bidder. Okay? And as long as the man is attracted to her, it's okay. If he's attracted to her, let's say she's a Christian, as long as their political, religious, situation is intact, okay, they have that in common with each other, then it's all good. But, again, that's got to be intact. You know what I'm saying? But, see, the problem with women today is women, they don't understand that, and it's fine, if Oh, I thought this was taking me back up, just taking me in a circle. It's fine if, you know, a woman says, well, I don't have time for a man to make all this money, and I don't need a man to make all this money. You know, I'm good with him just, you know, that's fine. But ladies, don't go to work. Because like I said, a man can work 10 hours and come home with a hard on and he wants to bang. I used to do it all the time when I was, you know, in my 40s and 30s. Okay? A man can go work 10 hours. He can work 12 hours and come home and want to bang. Matter of fact, banging is how he blows off steam. Okay? But women, you know, when you're too bombarded with the kids, you get tired. When you work and you got to deal with your boss and your supervisor, and you got to deal with ladies running their mouth at work, it takes so much out of you. You go home and you take that frustration out on your husband. A man can go to work and fight with his boss and still want to come home and do it with his wife, make love to his wife. Now sometimes, you know, there's screwing and then there's making love. A lot of times a man just wants to, you know, blow off steam by having sex with his wife. And a lot of times a man, depending on what day of the week it is, and you know, if a man is really happy, he'll want to make love to his wife. Okay? You know, men have different, you got to understand the different areas. You know, you got to understand the different areas. Okay, men have sex. Men have sex based upon how they're feeling about whatever situation. But it's still sex. Okay? Sometimes men just want to, like, you know, get it out of him, get it out of his system. And he wants to use his wife to get it all out. And then other times, men just want to make love to their wives, because when a man wants to make love to his wife, the sex is all about her, because he feels like he's giving her a gift. He wants to please her because she has done she has been so good to him this week, or she has been so good to him today, or things are going on in his life that are making him excited, and she went from hell to heaven with him, with everything they've been through. He wants to make love to his wife. He wants to take all day to do it. You know, he's got it like that. Okay, that's how a man is. But women don't have it like that. Women give themselves to their husbands, and a lot of times women are only concerned about their own orgasm, because that's their way of blowing off steam. And then other times women give themselves to their husband, and they feel that more importantly than her own orgasm is the fact that they're making love. Okay? So she's not really worried about her orgasm as much, as long as she has one. You know what I'm saying? You know, but she's more concerned about the love at this moment between her and her man. That's what she's concerned about. And she doesn't really care about how good he is in bed, but the fact that the two of them are going to make love, because today is a good day for love. Okay? But all I'm saying, ladies and men, is that the whole simping thing is not your birthright. You know what your birthright is, men? Your birthright is about getting married. Marriage is your birthright, not marriage is your birthright, not just sex. Sex is for married people. Okay? First you got to get married. Then sex will become your birthright. But it's not like you can walk home, you can go home and just climb up next to your wife and start hitting her from behind. Okay? Because the women aren't like that. Now, a woman can come home and pull the paper out of your hand while you sitting in a chair or laying on a sofa and climb on top of you. Men are different in that regard. You know what I'm saying? But you just can't come home while your woman's wearing panties at the sink. She might not be wearing panties for you. She might be so exhausted, she just feels like, she didn't feel like putting pants on, and because she's married, she ain't got to hurry about putting pants on. Okay? So it's different for you than it is for her, and you need to learn this stuff. Okay? Oh, I got the green. I'm sitting here on the green light. You need to learn this stuff. Oh, I'm in McKeesport. That's where I'm at. I'm in McKeesport. This is the Ram to McKeesport. I know where I'm at. So what I'm saying is, yeah, this is McKeesport. What I'm saying is you need to stop. You need to stop with the perversion, because it doesn't work in a marriage, and it definitely doesn't work on the street. It doesn't work, in a civilization. It just doesn't. You think you're being a man by always simping these women in that, but women who let men simp them, okay, are a certain kind of woman. Women who take offense to men always trying to give, men always trying to compliment them, and they don't appreciate it, they don't understand that they're pretty, and men are going to do that. That's another kind of woman. Like, even though you don't want men always getting on you, getting up in your face, wanting to simp you, you got to understand, you kind of fine. Men are going to look at you. They're going to want you. They're going to, But in closing, I want to say this: women, women who, no, I don't want to say that. I want to say this in closing. I done forgot my train of thought. I'm going to cross this bridge and lost my train of thought. I think I'm going around in a circle, which is good. I didn't come out here to do any long driving. I love going on long drives, but I didn't come out here for that. But you need to understand that a man that, oh yeah, this is what I wanted to say. A man that doesn't simp, a man that doesn't feel that he needs to chase after women, he'll be laughed at and mocked by his friends, his peers, okay? But the truth of the matter is, he doesn't need to do it. He does not need to do it. He doesn't. He doesn't need to simp. He doesn't need to chase women that he's not sure about. Man doesn't need to do it. Okay? He does not need to do it. Alright? And you need to understand that, if you're going to be with a woman, okay, women that are simped and they love that, okay, you know what I'm saying? It's like prostitution. Like, if you let a woman simp you, if a woman lets a guy simp her, as they call it, okay, that woman is going to expect certain things from you. Okay? Now, there's two types of buying women, because I mentioned that women are bought. Yeah, they are. and that there's nothing wrong with that, okay? But there's two types of women that are bought. There's women that, there's women who want to let you into their life and let you be their husband, okay? And there's women who want to let you buy yourself into their bedroom. Let me say that again. There's women who want to sell themselves to you as a wife and let you be the king, because she understands that if you're the king, she gets to be the queen. But then there are women who, like a prostitute, want to let you buy yourself into their bedroom, and everything you do is about them, very little about you. This is why there's so much divorce and there's so much breakup all over the land, because too many women are all about what a man can do for them instead of what marriage can do for them. Okay? It's not about a man, it's about a marriage. And the man, all he is, you know, a wallet. Okay? Now, it's natural for a woman to feel that, you know, a man is her status. I said this 100 times. Yes, nothing wrong with that. A man is a woman's status. If you go back to, you know, previous times, you'll understand that a man is a woman's status. Okay? Women of the Philippines understand this. The ones that are out there prostituting themselves, yes, a lot of that goes on. Okay? For a country that's nowhere near as big as the United States, a lot of prostitution, a lot of, you know, casual sex in the Philippines, more than so much you can't handle it. It's just a lot. But even the nicest people you want to meet practice casual sex. While they say that they're Christians, and they believe in marriage. They want to get married, but everybody crosses the line before they get married. Now, biblically, you're supposed to wait until you get married, okay, to practice sex. Oh man, I was just down here. I think that's where I was just, no, that's not where I was at. Okay, I'm good. I'm back to where I was earlier. Yeah, he going over there. I need to be over there. I need to be over there with you, bro. Get over here. Okay. And so forth. But let me close this video out. Look, the point is, women are bought. If you were thinking that you're supposed to just be on the same level as a woman, no, you're not. You are supposed to be the bigger person in a marriage. You are the king. And there is no queen until there is a king. A lot of these women want to go out here, I'm a diva, I'm so hot and cute. That's not the way we buy women, no. A woman looks for her king. When the king marries this woman, she becomes the queen. You don't get no special treatment until you become the queen. And a woman doesn't have to be submissive to a man that's not the king. So all you fornicators out there, they're sleeping with these women, simping and sleeping and simping and sleeping and simping and sleeping, and women are okay with it. Say hello to another relationship down the drain. Because even if you didn't get married, you didn't get the right, you never get the right relationship by simping a girl. Any girl that will let you simp her, come up to her with pickup lines and all like that, she doesn't take you seriously. Women expect a man to be humble about her and weasel his way into her life, not try to take her, not try to pick her up. Every woman's a pickup girl. I'm trying to be quick. I'm gonna try to get this all done in one day. No, you meet the girl, you make a friendship with her first. You show her that, wow, you're a very nice lady, and then every day you do one thing at a time and show her that, there's no overnight, there's no picking up. That's a broken relationship. Yeah, you'll get laid, but if all you want to do is get laid, you can go get a prostitute. Okay? If all you want to do is get laid, you can go get a prostitute. Why am I screaming? Must be the air conditioner or something. But, if all you want to do is get laid, you can go get yourself a prostitute. Okay? But, nobody is, fast sex. Nobody is fast sex. If you're fast sex, then you're a mess. Nobody is fast sex. Nobody is fast sex. Sex is for married people. Sex is for relationships that have become relationships. What a lot of men do, and women, what they do is I know where I'm at. Yeah. I love this neighborhood. Everything goes around in a circle. But nobody is fast sex. Fast sex is for those that want to use other people. But when you really care about people, okay, you take your time and really go out of your way to love them and support them. Okay? What's going on in America today is everybody screwing, and then they get out of your bed with a big question mark over their head, like, what's next? You should know what's next. You should know what's next. Married people don't have to get up in the morning and ask themselves the question, what's next? Or should we be in this? No, you already made that decision. You already made the decision for that. You already made that decision. Already made that decision when you're married. But you fornicators, you get up in the morning and it's like with your lover and you're thinking, where are we going with this? To hell, that's where you're going. To hell. And I watch some of you women, the stuff that you make men do that ain't even your husband, first of all, to show that he appreciates you, okay, is like totally crazy. Anytime you make your man, okay, drive all the way out, okay, he works just like you work, okay, you're gonna make him, okay, drive from his home all the way into the city for you. Man, this took me right home. Now I gotta make sure I get off the right exit, because I know I don't want to go to Glenwood. I don't want to go, I don't even know which way to go. I think I should just keep straight. Yeah, just keep straight. Yeah, just keep straight. Oh, I see where I'm at. Shit. I need to go left. Sorry, folks. I need to go left. Here we go. Yeah, I need to go left. I gotta get over there. But anyway, I think I can go in here to get over there. like a dead end. Yeah, it's not a dead end. Anyway, yeah, it is a dead end. God darn it! You're supposed to put a sign that says no outlet there, you dummy. How am I supposed to get out of here? I know it looked like a dead end. Thank God, this car is not a big car. Thank God. Now, you fornicators, listen up. You cannot add anything positive to a woman's life by always thinking about sex. There's no penis big enough, okay? There's no sex appeal. How come I didn't see the road was closed until I got up here? Unbelievable. I think this is an exit. Streets Run Road. Yeah, Streets Run Road. That's where I gotta go. Ding, ding, ding. That's where I gotta go. That's where I gotta go. I don't see that big truck. Streets Run Road, right lane. It better be. Sure ain't left. Here we go. Here we go. But God has already set the reality of men and women. We're not trying to discover it, folks. We're not trying to discover it. We're not trying to discover men versus women. It's all biblical. It's all documented. It's all already decided by God and by the Christian community going all the way back to the Garden of Eden. Okay, and it was tested and proven. Like I did a video not too long ago where I told you everything about men and women was already solved in the Garden of Eden. When God made Adam and Eve, he solved it because before he made Adam and Eve, he crushed bestiality, he crushed homosexuality and transgenderism. While he was creating the first man and women, if you know how to read the Bible, you can see where, life is not as difficult as it is. We're not finding out that we have more genders. We're not finding out that we have more species. We're not finding out that there's more sexes. No. We have the best that God can give us right in front of us. But the thing is, men need to be men. Okay? And simping don't make you a man. What makes you a man is when you think of a woman, you think of a future. You go and build your life so that you can be with that woman. Jacob worked. He worked. He worked. He didn't go get Viagra. He worked. For 14 years for Rachel. For 14 years. And then after 14 years, he went through hell and high water to be with that woman. Nothing like you guys today. You think you going through something. You ain't got your family running from your own family because they trying to kill you. Jacob went through all that. He went through all that. He went through all that. When you think of women, you're supposed to think of a future. Not, oh, I'm about to hit this cooch. I'm about to hit this. I'm about to get me some. Hey, what's going on with the new girlfriend? Oh, I hit it last night. You know, yeah. And then you want to go brag to your buddies about how many women you slept with, okay, because you got dumped, okay? Yeah, sure, there's a lot of guys out there that are just traveling the world having sex with different women, and they don't care about sex. They just find women, and at least they're respectful enough to say, hey, so what do you want to do? Like, you know, I travel, right? And I travel the world. That's what I do. I'm not ready to settle down and get in any serious relationship yet, but you fine. And, you know, I mean, you know, it's up to you. You know, a lot of guys are at least respectful enough to say that. Oh, I'm not looking to have children. I'm not looking to even have a girlfriend. I'm looking to just, you know. But, I mean, you know what I'm saying? You know, if you a prominent woman, if you a religious woman or something, I ain't going to try to take you there. But I'm just saying, you know. A lot of men have that kind of respect for a woman. Okay? But most of y'all, a lot of women, you make them think that, oh, you know, I'm going to be your prince in shining armor. You know, I'm going to be your, you know, I'm going to be your lover. I'm going to be your, you know, I'm going to be everything to you. And you lying. You ain't got the money to be everything to her. You ain't got the house. Let me tell you something. I told you I was closing. Let me tell you something. You think of a woman, okay? Think of $100,000 house or more. Think of a $200,000 house, okay? Because you want her to feel that she's worth it, okay? I've been thinking about this today. I've been thinking about this all week. Like, you know, men, you know, some of the most prominent men in the world, okay? Men that have money aren't stingy with their money around women. Like, they want women to know what their future is if they marry this man. What their future is going to be like. They want him to know. I mean, he wants her to know what she's getting herself into. Like, you know, if you're going to marry Donald Trump, Melania, okay, this is what you're getting. This is the kind of house you're going to live in. This is the kind of car you're going to drive. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, every man can't do this because there ain't enough money in the world for every man to do this. And, you know, the fact is, you know, if we're all making money, okay, then we're not making money. You can't make money with everybody making money. It just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Everybody's not going to make, okay, Donald Trump money. Everybody's not going to buy out Donald Trump. Okay, everybody's not going to be like Elon Musk. Okay, it's not going to happen. I don't care how good at business you are. Okay, but I'm just saying, you know, it's one thing to have money, but it's another thing to take your life savings and buy this woman a house. You know what I mean? Your wife, your lovely wife, should not have to be coming up in the ghetto, worried about who might be breaking into your house. You shouldn't have to have 4, 5, 10, 20 guns in your house, okay? Because you live in a bad neighborhood with this fine behind woman. It shouldn't be like that. If you want to be in love and you want a woman to be faithful to you and you want a woman to trust you and you want to be the man in her life, you need to think of a house. You need to think of the cost. You know, that's why women are pretty. That's why God made women pretty. That's why he made them the weaker sex, because women are bought. They're not simped. They're bought. Women are bought. They're not simped. And I don't mind a woman, like, you know, I've seen guys go simp women and they rapping and rapping and rapping, and the guy's sitting over there minding his own business, okay, talking to these other people with all these fine babes around. He ain't thinking about it. What happens? What happened? Oh, he ends up with the girl. He gets the girl. Because somehow, you know, he was the only one in the room that was dealing with reality. You saw a pretty face. You didn't ask her if she was married. You didn't ask her if she is here to stay. You didn't ask her if she wants to continue to live in this state. You didn't ask her what she does for a living. You didn't think about how poor or rich she is. All you cared about was you want to sleep with her. Okay? And you got to understand, whenever a woman agrees to sleep with a man that she's not married to, that makes her a victim. It really does. Whenever a woman chooses to be with a man that she's not married to and she's not concerned about marriage, that makes her the victim. That makes her the victim. Because she's not made to simp. You might get away with it, but she don't. Okay? You know? And I've seen women trying to simp men. Okay? You say, well, women do it too. Yeah, they do it too. They're still the victim compared to you. Any kind of simping around a woman, if she plays that game, she becomes a victim because she's a woman. Just by being a woman alone makes a woman trying to play games with a man makes her a victim. It makes her a victim. Trust me. That is why, you know, you living with a woman and all she wants to do is fight all the time. Why? Because she's a victim. What is she a victim of? She's a victim of you having that one thing on your mind. She's a victim of you not being a real man. Because a real man, okay, he buys his wife. He builds a home for her. Okay? He takes care of her. He doesn't just, excuse my French, fuck her. Okay? You know what I'm saying? And I've had plenty of friends like that. Even pastor friends who, you know. And I know my senior pastor, he's an old man today. But I know that all his life, he took care of his wife. And you know what? He got a wife that don't want nothing, okay, from him. She's afraid that if he goes to the, if he moves and pastors a bigger church, or if he moves and gets a better house, he's going to screw it up. So she talks him out of it. But she's happy. Okay? She's taken care of. She don't work unless she wants to. Every now and then she wants to go work. She wants to go help out. She got a little bit of skill. She wants to go out every now and then and do some work. But to the most part, she don't have to work. Her husband don't require her to work. I see a lot of these men on YouTube getting on there complaining about women not working. Oh, she better be working. She better be doing it. No. The only reason why a woman should have to work is because, dude, you broke. That's the only reason why a woman should have to work. And sugar babies get away with it because they let a man know up front that I get kept. I don't work, sweetheart. If I want to work, I don't need a man. You know what? I hate to say this, but she's right. Now, where she's wrong at is she ain't your wife. So she don't get to talk to you like that because she ain't your wife. She's just a hoe. She don't get to talk to you like that. But if you tell a woman you care about her, you love her, she's got a right to tell you that. I'm going to be kept. I really didn't plan on having work. I just, I went to school in case I need to work, but I'd really like not to work. Then you say, well, what do you want to do, sweetheart? Hopefully you ain't going to just be sitting home spending up my money. Because I know that makeup you got on costing something. That hairdo, that's costing something. I see some silicone. Them shoes, man, them shoes, I don't know, baby. But y'all talk about this early on in your relationship. You talk about this stuff. You talk about it. You talk about it. And you tell, in a very nice way. You talk about it. And then you go from there. But, one more time, women are truly bought. A woman is a man's glory. Now, I wouldn't say that a woman is a man's property, because that sounds like slavery or something, and that's like a slogan for submissiveness that shouldn't be. A woman is not a man's property. A woman is a man's glory, the Bible says. A woman is the glory of man, and man is the glory of God. So, when we say that a woman is a man's glory, it ain't because she's super pretty. She ain't the Filipina P, okay? She ain't super pretty and super hot body, okay? But what that's saying is that if a woman, what it's saying is a woman is a man's glory, okay? That's saying that she's a product, okay, that represents you, that makes you into, okay, a higher level of yourself, okay? Because everybody knows. You shine up the room, you light up the room. Even old folks that are ready to die, when they walk in the room holding each other's hand, it lights up the room. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you're holding each other's hand, you light up the room. And any man that walks into a room, like everybody knows, like, if I meet your wife, like, I know some guys that are really, really handsome looking, and they talking about how much coochie they get, and what they did in high school and all this crap. And then when you meet your wife, he don't want to let her out of the car. She's so ugly. I said, hey, man, I'll carry these boxes out to you. He said, no, I got it. I said, look, come on, man, don't carry all the stuff out. He don't want me to see his wife. Because all that macho stuff he talking, you think he married Paula Abdul. All that, but now looking at his wife, I'm like, okay, she kind of plain Jane. That's okay if he loves her. But you talking all that smack, bro. I expected your wife to be light-skinned, looking kind of Latino / Filipino, Ukrainian girl, Russian, German, good African woman, something. Okay, the hot of Africa, like, she just a regular girl that looked like she, married you because she couldn't do better. You know what I'm saying? You talking all that smack, but you don't want nobody to see your wife. You only want them to focus on the women you wish you could sleep with. Okay? But it's not happening, and it never did. And you lying. Okay? I can look at your wife and tell you lying. Because if you wasn't lying, your wife wouldn't look like that. See what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm closing. Women are bought. When you think of a wife, don't think about your libido. Think of a house. Okay, think of buying her own car. Okay, the best thing that you can give any woman in this day and time is a house in a beautiful neighborhood. Let me say it again. The best thing you can give a woman in this day and time is a beautiful house in a beautiful neighborhood. That's the best thing you can give a woman, and she'll never forget it. But what do? You got a wife that works just as hard as you, okay? She works so hard, the sex is the last thing she thinks about on her mind. You know what I'm saying? Then you wonder why guys like sugar babies so much instead of going out and getting a girlfriend. Why? Because sugar babies are giving up the booty. Why? Because their man is loaded and he don't mind sharing the funds. Okay? He gonna get them nails done. Okay? He live in a nice house. When she's with him, she lives in a nice house. Okay? And the patio, the porch, you know what I mean? The jacuzzi, whatever. Okay? If he ain't got it at home, he'll take her to a hotel that got all that as many times as she want to go. And he's an old man, so he ain't got nothing to do but spend money on her. Okay? But y'all gotta chill with the simping, man. Okay? A woman is bought. She is bought. She is bought. She's not just, you know, you're her equal, so, you know what I mean? The only thing, and a lot of y'all think that the only difference between you and a woman is sex. Y'all think that a woman can get out there and fight like you, and get dirty like you, and get muddy and dirty like you, and get bloody, and look at death, and watch the children get beat up, and you know, they can do it like you. They can shoot a gun like you and swing a baseball bat like you. Because why? They train for this. No. If that's the case, we need to quit complaining about trans women being in women's sports. Need to leave that alone. Truth of the matter is, a woman is the weaker sex. She is bought. Just like when you have children. Children are born. Okay? And when your children, and the Bible calls women the little ones. Okay? So just like when you have children, okay? Your children don't have to do nothing but what? Go to school. That's all they got to do. They got to go to school. That's all they got to do. They ain't got to do nothing but go to school and behave themselves. Guess what? That's all a woman got to do. You know what I mean? If you're putting her through school, that's all she got to do. Don't make her go to school and then come home and go to work for you. Okay? Women cannot handle that like you can. They're not made to handle that. Like I said, you can do 10 hours, okay, and beat her at doing 1. Okay? Because she's made to get exhausted over very little. Whereas you as the man, you're a workhorse. You were made to be a workhorse. Okay? And women there's 2 kinds of men that women are happy with. A man that is a workhorse, okay, and she understands that he comes home every day late because he's working for her and their children. And then men who are business oriented, okay, they're loaded with money. Okay? They're loaded with money, and they don't mind giving their woman everything that she needs, because for everything that he needs, he will go out and make more money and make more business so that she can have everything that she needs. Okay? But, you know, you simping don't help nothing. You simping and simping and simping and simping, it don't help. You need to shut up, okay, and make some money. Working at McDonald's, you need to stop simping, okay? You working for McDonald's, you doing fast food, you need to stop simping, okay? You doing housekeeping, you need to stop simping, okay? Even me, I don't simp. Even when I know a woman likes me, I don't simp. Why? Because, you know, the minute we hook up, you're going to be mad at me over money, because I make more money than the housekeeper and the guy that's working at McDonald's, but I don't make enough money to really take care of a queen. You're going to be a miserable woman you hook up with me. We're going to fight over money. Me and my ex-wife fought over money. And I made it my point I made it my business to tell myself that if I ever get married again, okay, my wife and I will have it good. We will be, I made it my point that if I want to be with a woman, let me get my life together first and get all the things that I need. You know what I mean? I want to get into the habit of buying a house. I've never owned, when I was married, in my first marriage, whenever me and my wife would buy a house, okay, we couldn't keep up with the mortgage. Because why? We was in over our head. Don't either one of us make enough money to like raise 4 kids and you know what I'm saying? But this is all stuff I should have thought about before I got married. But see, I was simping. I was trying to get my whistle wet. And that's all it was. Just me getting my whistle wet. That's all it was. And then we got married because why? Probably because don't too many women let me get my whistle wet, so I might as well marry this one. Because if I break up with her, ain't no telling when's the next time I'll get some booty. Okay? That's not... That's not a reason, okay, to marry a woman. Okay? That's not a reason to marry a woman. Because, you wanted to that's not a reason to marry a woman. Okay? Because you want to get your whistle wet. You don't marry a woman for your libido. You marry a woman for love. Sex is the icing on the cake. Sex comes with it. Okay? That's just like, you know what I'm saying? If you're a wealthy person, having your own vehicle comes with it. You can drive places instead of taking the bus. You know what I'm saying? Marriage works the same way. Sex is part of the luxury of being married. Okay? But it is not the marriage itself. A lot of people read the Bible and they use scriptures like, 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 1. But God never intended for anybody to get married without love. He never, intended for anybody to get married holding their, their manhood in their hand. Talking about, yeah, baby. Yeah, I'm ready to get married. Yeah, let's get married. He never intended it to be like that. God has always wanted a man to love his wife. What does the Bible say? Let a man love his wife as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for it. And what's it say to the woman? A woman must respect her husband. Why? Because the man is taking care of all the expenses. All the woman needs to do is be respectful. But what happens is a lot of women, what happens is a lot of women don't know how to be respectful. They don't know how to be respectful. Okay? They don't know how. Okay? So, y'all need to chill out with the fornication. Even in the world, I know that you want to chime this off as just some religious nut job. Okay? But this is the thing. The truth of the matter is, there are people that are not Christians who practice these principles. They practice this because they know they work. There are men out there that are getting into businesses and building an empire for themselves for what? A woman. Because they want to get married someday and they don't want her worrying about nothing, because they know if you make her worry about something, you're going to have a problem. She doesn't need to be worried about anything. She don't need to be worried about anything. Unless some kid is beating up her kid in school, she don't need to be worried about nothing. She don't need to be worried about no bills. That's your job. She don't need to be worried about who's knocking at the door. That's your job. She don't need to be worried about anything. All she's supposed to worry about is being submissive to her husband, which is easy because she's wired that way. Because why? She don't really want you cooking. She want to cook in the first place. She feels that she's a better parent for the kids than you in the first place. You know what I'm saying? She's wired to be the nurturer of the kids. She's wired to be more emotional towards the kids. The kids cling to the mother even when mom is wrong more than they do dad, because why? Mom is emotion. And when kids are bad, they need the emotional. They don't need the hardcore. They need emotion. Okay? They look for moms to cry. Okay? But in closing, women are the softness of the family. They are the nurturers. They're the softness. A woman is designed to be soft. A man is designed to be hard. The woman is designed to take care of the details. A man is designed to be the hunter and the keeper, the protector, the breadwinner. Okay? And let me tell you something. All these women, they're out here acting a fool and blaming it on the men. They are partly right, because it was never intended for them to take care of themselves. A woman gets taken care of by her family until she finds a man that will marry her and make her the queen, make her his queen. See, in the continent of Asia, it's different. Women stay home with their families. And if mom and dad, they're not getting along with mom and dad, they'll move in with their brothers and their sisters. Okay? But a woman stays within the close-knit and protection of her brothers. Okay? This is why women love having brothers. Okay? Until her king comes. Until her king comes and wipes her off her feet. I am D. Cruz. I am your life applications officer. Thank you for watching this. I hope you got something out of this, because I ran my mouth for a long time and spent a lot of gas running my mouth. Thank you for watching. Talk to you soon with more in Jesus' name. Right here. Oh shoot, what am I doing? Trying to cut this thing off and it's holding me up. In Jesus' name, amen. Goodbye.